Hold on a second, Dennis. I just want to turn to Tammy Bruce and bring her into this discussion. The impeachment probe and the mess in D.C., does that overshadow, in voters' minds, the economy?
Not in a good way. I can give you two pieces of information. There was a small focus group, Axios reports on, that indicated that in a swing state in Ohio, that the members of this focus group felt that impeachment was a distraction, that they wanted people to focus on things like wages, unemployment, of course, border security, bringing troops home, and health care. Still on the issues. And to that, an hour ago being reported is another similar dynamic where Axios received an internal memo from the Democrats within their own caucus indicating, this is from Representative Sherry Bustos, Democrat out of Illinois, saying that the messaging during impeachment should be about, they write, demonstrate your constant focus on the biggest issues facing families in the country, specifically health care and wages, which means they see internally that impeachment is not a winner for those who are vulnerable in this country, that it is wages, it's money, it's the economy, it's whether or not they're working and what the future looks like. The president owns that issue, and that's what they need to focus on, that Americans are, the Democrats are presuming that Americans are dumb and disconnected. They should stop projecting onto the American people. We know what's going on, and this internal memo and a focus group, which is not as big as a poll, but that's, I think, what they need to look at.
Tammy, hold on for one second.
Sir.
I've got breaking news, and it's coming to us from the Federal Reserve. Edward Lawrence has headlines from Esther George, I believe. What's the headline, please?
Exactly.
Edward?
Kansas City Federal Reserve President Esther George is speaking right now in Denver. She's saying that the federal funds rate should remain where it is right now. She believes that the economy does not need any more accommodation going forward. She says that the Fed has met their mandate of stable prices and maximum employment. She does say that she believes manufacturing is slowing, but that monetary policy cannot get the manufacturing going. It's other avenues that need to spark that. She also says that if she sees the economy slowing down and starting to affect the consumer, then she would turn and vote for accommodation. Now, her voice is important because she is a voting member of the FOMC. That's the committee that decides where the interest rates will be. She will vote in a meeting later on this month. Her voice, it appears now, will say she wants to stay where she is. And in fact, the last two meetings where we had rate cuts, she dissented those rate cuts. Stu?
Edward Lawrence, Esther George, keep rates where they are for the immediate future. Yep. Dennis Gartman, you heard all of this. You want to comment on this, please, Dennis?
Well, Miss George has been one of the great hawks on the FOMC. She has, as was just said, she has dissented twice already. Nobody would be surprised with the fact to hear that Esther George is not amenable to a further rate cut. That is not surprising to anybody. The surprise would have been if she said she was amenable to a rate cut. So that although it obviously has had some impact upon stock prices because before that comment came out, the Dow was down 30, now it's down 70. But that certainly is not shocking to me at all.
All right, Dennis, thank you very much indeed. I want to go back to Tammy Bruce, still with me here. You know, is the message getting through to the voters that this economy is really doing very well,
yes,
and it's the result of President Trump's policies? Is it really getting through?
I'll give you the example of how you can tell. We're dealing with enthusiasm. That's going to determine next year. We have from Fox News reporting just yesterday, the RNC raised another record-setting month there in September, $27.3 million amid the impeachment push. And to give you the example between the Republicans and the Democrats, this means that the GOP had $59.2 million cash on hand. The Democrats, in the meantime, were carrying $7.3 million in debt. So you're looking at an amazing amount of cash on hand, record-setting raising of money within these last several months, certainly last month, and an extraordinary amount of money to be able to move with. That's just the GOP. This says nothing about the record-setting income fundraising that Donald Trump's team is making. So when you look at enthusiasm, this is why everybody always moves about fundraising, right? That you see where the money is going, where the enthusiasm is. Literally record-setting for the GOP. The Democrats are in debt.
Gee,
I think that tells you.
Yeah, it does.
Who's receiving what message? The Democrats. A Gallup poll showed the Democrats' approval rating in Congress went up, actually, from 18 to 25%. I don't know if you can be excited about that. Donald Trump, of course, his significantly higher than that. But the fact is, that's the only kind of bump they see. They're certainly not seeing it when it comes to money or any other kind of enthusiasm.
I didn't read that about the fundraising in the New York Times. I don't know why.
No, it's weird, but you can see it at foxnews.com.
Yes, you can. Thank you very much, Tammy.
Thank
Good
you.
stuff.